Imagine living in a world where you've got no television, no internet, and no smartphone. You don't even have books to read. This is the world of the Vikings. They didn't have that sort of technology. So what would they do for entertainment? Well, they sang songs, they told stories, they drank beer, but they also played board games. Not like your Xbox 360, we're talking about proper board games, and we've got one here that you can make and play at home. I've got all the things you'll need here. I'll show you how to make it, how to play it, and then you can beat your family at it. The game is called Trip Trap Troll in Sweden, even today, and this is a copy of the board as we know it. You can get a copy of this, and you can play it on here if you want, but you could make it very much more Viking if you follow the instructions here. You'll need a piece of cloth. Something see-through helps because you're going to trace the pattern. If you take this board, you can see that the rules are written on it, so from this you not only can you make the game, you can also learn how to play it. But I'll show you. There is a trick to it. Now, you put your cloth over the board, and it may be difficult to see in this light level, but it's see-through. What you then need is a pencil, and you trace the pattern. My suggestion is do the 5 circles first, and then the 7 sets of lines. If you look at the board, you can see 5 circles and then 7 sets of lines. Be aware there's no line across the top. Don't accidentally put one in there or the game will not work. When you've traced the pattern onto the board, you're ready to play. Now you can use all sorts of things for counters. You can use buttons or coins. We use aquarium gravel that you get from shops for fish tanks. But you can probably find some buttons and things around the house. You need 4 counters, 2 of one type, 2 of another. In this case we've got 2 black and 2 red. Now the rules here show you how to set your board out. You want the counters at diagonals, and that's what I've just done there. We now have a diagonal red, diagonal black. Now there are 5 circles and only 4 counters, so there's always going to be a circle uncovered, and that is important in the game. You can see the pattern here shows you how to set it out. Each player can move from one circle to the empty circle, and that is one move. You can't cross this gap, and you cannot leapfrog another counter. So I'll show you how the game might be played. Black goes first, say, black goes there. Red goes there. Yeah? So black goes there, so red goes there, so black goes there, so red goes there, and you're back at diagonals again. People at this point are saying, well, how can you win the game? The answer is it is very simple to win, and I'll give you the clue to it. You need to end your move so that your opponent cannot get his counter, either of his counters, onto the empty circle. And that's why you've trip-trapped the troll. I'll show you very quickly how it can be done. Red moves there, black moves there, red moves there. Black cannot get either of his counters to that empty circle. You can win the game in 3 moves, or, honest truth, I've seen 2 men play a round of this for 4 hours. When one of them won, the other one wouldn't speak to him for a day or so. It is quite a fast moving game. It's an interesting game to play because you think you can't win it and then you find you can. Now here comes the clever trick. These counters are going to end up in the Hoover or the dog. So what you do when you've finished playing the game, because you've traced it on cloth, you put your counters in the middle and you take a piece of string. You bring up the 4 corners of your board like this, put a twist on it, wrap your string round, tie it in a very loose knot, and the board for your game has now become the bag for your counters. I have my version here, which I've played for many years, which is in leather with glass beads. It's a bit difficult to see because it's got very worn, but you can see how mine opens out, and I've used glass beads for mine. It's quite a posh one, but you can make and play this game, and it's a proper Viking game. You can make it from things you find at home. Good luck playing it, and don't fall out with people about it.